Hey, what's up, everyone? So today, Lucy and I, we're going to talk about setting priorities in your business. Okay, guys. So, as entrepreneurs, we're crazy. We have so many things to do. The to-do list is ginormous. How do we set priorities? And why should we do it? Well, setting priorities is one of the most important things when it comes to building your business. I know for myself, I want to do everything at the same time, and I start multitasking and I start doing all of these things. So, learning how to set priorities was a massive part of growing my business. Once I learned how to do that and how to delegate to other people, then my business just started growing like crazy. So in this video, I want to talk about the 3 extraordinary tips that I want to show you when it comes to prioritizing. How do I manage to prioritize what I'm doing, what my team is doing, so we are growing constantly. All right. Welcome to the Cold to Soul Machine Show, where game-changing entrepreneurs come to learn and share the greatest strategies to turn their ideal client from cold to sold. My name is Angela Florez, and I help crazy passionate entrepreneurs make massive change in the world through badass marketing. All right, guys. So what are the 3 things that you can do right now to start prioritizing the important things in your business so that you can start growing and don't feel like you're stuck all the time and not moving forward? So the first thing that I need you to do is set your goals. And when I mean set your goals, it's about everything in your marketing, in your business in general, right? So we normally sit down and every year we set up a yearly goal. How much do we want to make in that year? How many people do we want to impact? How many clients do we want to get, right? By knowing those numbers, we know through the course of the months if we're doing bad, if we're doing good, if we're weak, if we need to improve in something. So by knowing that, we know where to put our energy in. All right, so set your goals. And there's one thing here. A lot of gurus out there, they keep telling you like, oh, you need to put in your wallet a paper that says you're going to make $1 million in 2 months. Well, sorry to tell you that, but if you put a goal like that, something that's super unrealistic, what's going to happen is that after 2 months, if you don't make it, you're going to be like, oh, I'm a failure. I'm not good for this, and you're going to give up. So rule number 1 when setting up your goals, make them realistic. I prefer to set up a smaller goal and achieve it in less time, and then set up a bigger goal, than set up these huge unattainable goals that nobody's going to really achieve. And that's one of the things that I've seen through these 3 years that I've been an entrepreneur and in the online world. There's so many gurus saying, hey, here's how you're going to make 8 figures in 6 months. Well, yeah, somebody did it, but we don't know the process that they went through to get to that point. And it's just crazy to think that you can start making $1, $2, $3 million in less than 6 months. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it by now. Everybody would be a millionaire. But guess what? It is not. So set up your goals realistically so that you can focus on how to get to that goal. So setting the goals is like when you're going somewhere from point A to point B and you don't have a map. Like, where do I go? Do I turn right? Do I turn left? If you don't have a map, if you don't have a destination in mind, it's really hard to know where you're going, and you can be just spinning around, spending a lot of time, and you're hustling and you're working 12 hours a day, but you're getting nowhere. Okay, so set up those goals and set them up like everywhere. when I start a marketing campaign with my clients, we set up the goals for, hey, how much do we want our click-through rate to be? How much do we want our funnel conversion to be? So when we set up those goals, we know exactly how we're doing, where we're going, and we can concentrate our energy into improving those numbers and knowing that we need to hit those goals, right? So if after 2 days of running ads, my CTR is like 0.5, then that sucks. Let's turn it off. Let's tweak things and make sure that we push it up. But if I didn't have a target goal, if I didn't say like, okay, I need a minimum click-through rate of 3%, then I could be getting 0.5 and being like, I have no idea if this is good or this is bad. So setting up goals will allow you to make pivots quickly if things are not working, and always go towards that successful goal. All right. So that was the first thing, setting up your goals. Now, another thing is focusing your time in one thing. As Russell always says, he says, you're one funnel away. Just work on one funnel until you make that one funnel successful, right? So when I know that as entrepreneurs, we want to do so many things at the same time, and I get it. I'm like that. I want to be in 10,000 projects at the same time, and I know I have the time and energy to do everything, but at the end of the day, it's just me and my team is the most amazing, but we are humans and we have limited time per day. If we had unlimited time and days were 48 hours and we didn't have to sleep, then that would be awesome. But that's not the truth. So we need to focus our attention in one thing at a time, one funnel at a time, one step at a time. And then once you nail that step, move on to the next one, right? So for example, yesterday I was talking with my team, and I'm launching a 3-day workshop that starts October 14th. And also I was invited to be part of a summit that starts on the 25th. So we created all the marketing strategy for the 3-day live workshop, and we also created the marketing strategy for the summit. And I was like, yeah, let's launch everything. But then I thought, okay, hold on, wait. That's going to confuse people. We need to concentrate all of our energy in one at a time. So we're marketing the 3-day workshop first. All of our efforts right now, all of our energy are going directed to that 3-day workshop. And then once that's finished, we're going to start marketing the summit, right? So one thing at a time, not only so that my audience doesn't get confused, but so that my team can spend all of their energy into one specific thing, right? So focus on one thing at a time. Like when I do my to-do list every morning of the things that I have to do that day, and I'm the kind of person that I want to do a little bit of this and then a little bit of that, and I'm jumping all over the place. It's been a really huge process for me to learn to start one thing and don't stop until I finish it. Don't go to the next one. So you should see me. I have my to-do list, and I have to look at it every few minutes to remind myself I'm doing this one thing. Don't move on to the next thing while I'm doing that. So it's quite funny. All right, guys. And the third tip that I have for you is stay on course. Okay? Make a plan. Make a plan for what you're doing to get to that goal, and stick to it. So my coach, one day she said, well, you're making all these plans, but then you're not executing them because you're prioritizing your clients' work and other people's things instead of prioritizing your own plan to get to your goal. So she was like, well, every time you're not sticking to your plan, you're not staying on course to what you promised you would do, you're telling the universe that your things are not important enough. So it's like self-sabotaging, right? So make a plan to get to that goal and stay on course. Okay? Don't make excuses. And I know it's easy to make excuses. It's like, oh, the power went down, I can't go live. Well, freaking use your data on your phone. There's always things that we find as excuses to stop doing what we promised we would do to get to that goal. And that's why most people actually don't achieve their goals, because they make all these plans and they're super motivated to start, and they say, I'm going to post 3 times a week live on Facebook, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But then when the time comes to actually put that plan into action and implement all those strategies, we tend to start looking for excuses. Okay, so it happens to everybody. We buy this course that they promised it was going to be the one that was going to take our business from 0 to 7 figures, and we go through it, we listen to it, and we're super pumped. But then when it's time to implement that plan, we find excuses, and then we blame the course for not being good enough. Okay, so super important, guys. Stay on course, focus on one thing at a time, and set your goals. And one thing that I can tell you guys as entrepreneurs, and one of the hardest things for me to do at the beginning, was look at the things that you can delegate, right? We try to do everything ourselves, and it gets really hard. You set your goals and you're trying to do everything yourself, so it's really hard to stay on course. It's really hard to do one thing at a time because you're just juggling with everything at the same time. But if you build a team, if you hire the right people to do what it's hard for you to do, or what you don't have time to do, or just to complement your work, then that is the most amazing feeling as an entrepreneur that you can ever get. Right now I have 3 people in my team, and we work so well. We had the latest edition 1 month ago, and I am so happy. Like, now my team does everything that I don't have time for, that I'm not good at. They do it, and we just complement each other, so I have time to set my goals, to focus on one thing at a time, to really focus on what I'm good at and what I love doing, and then to stay on course. My team holds me accountable for going live to do my show every Tuesday and Friday. If it was just me, I would probably find an excuse not to be here right now. So just find people to support you with your goals and your accountability, and delegate whatever you can't do or don't want to do. All right, guys? So just talking about delegating that work that you don't want to do. If you're tired of doing your Facebook ads, or you can't make them convert, if you don't know how to do your funnels, then text me below and let's book a call. And I will love to work with you. My team and I will love to help you get all of those goals set and really implement everything that you need to actually get there. All right. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me in the Cult to Soul Machine show. I'll see you next week on Tuesday. Remember, we go live every Tuesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Central Time. All right, guys, I'll see you next. Bye.